brings to you for the first time a whole new show called KUZNANTH. Neil and Chaitra Rodriguez are the two first generation entrepreneurs. They met while working at the KPMG, fell in love, gave up their corporate career to follow their passion. They started a restaurant by name Konkan in 2017 to cater to the Mangalorean cuisine, specializing in seafood. They have grown despite the challenges posed by the pandemic and also undertake outdoor catering. Over to Harriet Rebello, our KCA Managing Committee member, who will be our hostess for this episode.
Hi everyone, welcome to KCA's culinary show, first ever culinary show I should say. It's called KUZNANTH and today is our first episode. We will have a few more episodes that will follow that will cover some of the best selling dishes from the top Mangalorean restaurants in Bangalore. Today we are at the Konkan, which is just off Church Street. It's actually right above KC Das to be precise, so you guys find it very easy for you to come in here. And with us today is the power couple who started this restaurant and who are running and managing this beautiful place, Neil and Chaitra.
Hi.
So thank you for letting us cover this today. So tell us, what inspired you to venture into this business?
So I think food was something that both of us were always passionate about, and that's one of the reasons we kind of bonded as well. So starting something on our own, which is completely different from our typical 9-to-5 job, was something that both of us always wanted to do. And considering food was something that we always loved, I think the restaurant was always something that we always wanted to do, and we finally decided to take the plunge at once we got married.
So this isn't a family-owned business that you've been carrying.
I mean, we are a family.
Of course,
So
yeah.
it is our family.
But it
But
hasn't
we
come about
haven't
from
inherited it
us.
from somebody.
Okay.
So we are the first generation.
First generation entrepreneurs.
Very nice. So why specifically Mangalorean cuisine and why the name Konkan?
I was born in Mangalore. I hail from a Mangalorean Catholic family. And people are under the impression that you don't get good Mangalorean food in Bangalore because we don't have a coast. And it has to come, and probably the seafood is not fresh. So we wanted to show that yes, it is, you can get good Mangalorean food, fresh food in Bangalore. The name Konkan because Mangalore lies on the Konkan coast, which starts in Bombay and ends in Mangalore. So a lot of people don't know about that. And that is why we adopted the name Konkan.
Konkan. Perfect. Since you guys specialize in seafood, where do you source your ingredients from?
So we try to be as authentic as possible, both in terms of ingredients as well as seafood. So seafood comes directly from Mangalore. Okay, and in terms of ingredients, we get our chilies from Viande, which is in Hubli.
Nice.
And even our coconuts are sourced from Hubli as well.
Interesting. What is the Konkan's signature dish?
I think hands down ghee roast is one of our signature dishes. And in ghee roast itself, our prawn ghee roast is one of our top sellers.
Okay, is that something that we'll be trying out today?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, perfect. So what recipes are you going to share with us today?
We have lined up 3 recipes for you. One is a chicken sukka, which is a Mangalorean style grated coconut recipe. Then we have fish green masala curry. So we are going to do that in a sear fish. And then we are going to have a signature dish, prawn ghee roast, we are going to have something special. So it's a digestive drink called soul curry, which we will demonstrate to you in the end.
Oh, perfect. Okay, can't wait. Shall we go meet your chef then?
Yes.
Okay, so Neil, let's meet your chef today and understand a little more of what we're going to be eating.
So today we have our head chef Nasima. So he handles the entire kitchen and more or less cooks everything that comes out to the guests.
Oh, very good. ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ನಾವು 7 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ನಾನು?
ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಕೋಳಿ ಸುಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
I see a lot of ingredients out here. So Neil, if you can take us through this and tell us what we're going to be using, I think it's safer for me to come on the other side of that.
Yes, please. So here we have the list of ingredients. So the ingredients are basically divided into two things. One is for the masala and the other is for the tadka and the actual cooking of the dish.
Okay.
So I will take you through each of those processes and we can get about making this recipe.
Sounds good.
To make the masala, we will use all the dry spices and we will start roasting each of them. To start with, we have the coconut oil. We just wait for it to warm up. And the next thing would be the Badige chili. This is a specialty chili which is from Hubli, and it's not very spicy, but it gives you that nice rich color. Okay. So we start with frying the Badige chili. So after we have roasted the chilies, we will just take it aside so that we can grind all these ingredients in a mixie. Usually we do it in a stone grinder, but because of the smaller quantity and for this display we are using mixie for now. Okay. The next ingredient would be pepper. We would like to have some pepper which gives you a nice roast. We'll roast that also as part of the dry spices. The next item would be coriander seeds. Of course, one of the dishes which give one of the items which give the most flavor for Indian cooking. So it also goes into this recipe. A little bit of methi seeds. We will add all the whole spices, like also called garam masala.
So I see anise,
There's
cloves.
there's cloves, there's cinnamon, star anise, and cardamom. This is couscous, also called as poppy seeds. So this adds a good flavor. The most important ingredient which adds the richness to the whole and adds a little more flavor, cashews from our coastal Karnataka.
Okay.
We will have all the spices which we have roasted. We'll just blend this to make the actual sukka masala. There are two more ingredients which will go to make this recipe. Just that we don't roast them like the other dry spices.
We put them directly.
Yeah, we just put them into the jar directly. One will be the garlic and other one a little bit of turmeric powder. We can add salt right now to the masala, or we can add it at the time of cooking the recipe. So in addition to these spices, the only other thing to blend together would be some water, which we will add, and proportionately we would grind it.
Okay.
This is how the ground masala is going to look after we have blended it with water and ground it to a fine paste. So you can.
It has a beautiful color, and the aroma is where I'm guessing the color is because of the chilies that I've
Yes.
used, right? So because sweet chilies probably won't give the right color as this, and that's the reason why it likes this. It's perfect.
But actually, there is one item which has to go in the end, which is the grated coconut. We will just fry it now and keep it aside to be used later.
Got it. Thank you.
Just nicely roasted so that we get that nice aroma in the end. The whole point of the chicken sukka recipe is the coconut, because the grated coconut is one of the main ingredients in the end.
Yeah. He's not really brown.
Lightly, but we need to fry it a little slow so that it doesn't burn. So we do it on a low flame. Yeah, looks like it is almost done. Why don't you pass the bowl to me?
So maybe I can be the sous chef and just take over.
from the pan because we are done with all the frying. There is no more frying. Now it's the actual cooking of the chicken. We'll start with the ghee first. A little bit of ghee to give you nice aroma.
That's about 2 teaspoons.
Yes, 2 teaspoons of ghee. The next ingredient would be curry leaves. We'll fry a little bit of the curry leaves. Roast a few onions.
Roughly about 1 small, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's what we have used.
Can you get the nice smell from the
Yeah. I think it's the smell of the onions and the curry leaves.
and the ghee?
And the ghee.
Next, we will add the chicken to this and just slightly brown the chicken. So I don't know if people know about why you do this. The thing why you do this is basically when you brown the outside, the flavor gets settled inside the chicken. Okay, and it doesn't make the chicken stretch.
Okay.
So that is one of the reasons why people brown it. That's why you use this. So especially when you're doing something for a long cook, it's nice to brown it first and then boil it.
Okay.
Next we will add this nice beautiful ground masala proportion to the quantity of the chicken. So I think this would be around 2 or 3 spoons.
Okay, please. This is a half kg chicken that he's used,
Yes.
to which he's adding about 3
Roughly around
tablespoons.
So we will just roast this together. We'll just fry it a little with the masala so that the chicken fills in those spices.
Yeah.
And post this, we will let the chicken boil, simmer a little. So we would add little water to this now so that we can boil it.
Half a cup of water.
Yes. We'll add a little bit of the salt right now. Then we will adjust it to our taste buds.
Okay. I see he has added 1 teaspoon of rock salt. to
Yes.
this.
Always more flavorful than your pounded salt. Next we will add a little bit of lemon just to give us that nice base to any recipe.
Half a lemon.
Yes.
Something?
And then the star ingredient, the roasted coconut. So we will add that. And this actually forms the main base of the recipe.
Right.
Because the entire masala gets absorbed by the roasted
Coconut,
coconut,
right?
and
Yeah.
that is what gives you the end flavor, which makes this recipe special. We'll just let this, let all the water content dry out from the recipe so that we stand to the name called sukka, which actually means dry chicken.
And more coconut the better, right?
The more the better.
Yeah.
We add the coconuts in proportion so that we know exactly how much, we don't overload it or we
Right. Okay.
underplay.
In batches is what.
In batches is what we say.
Okay.
Because as soon as you add the coconut, the water content starts drying up because the coconut absorbs all the water.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And last but not the least,
A little bit of coriander.
chopped coriander. 2 things, one for flavor, other one for garnish.
Okay.
So we'll mix this. And we don't dry the recipe out totally. We will just keep a little bit of moisture to it so that it doesn't become too dry for our palates when we have it.
I see a little bit of ghee in the air.
Yes. As you see, we have used plantain leaf as a base. So since it's an ethnic recipe, it's a traditional recipe, so it just gives you a little more ethnicity even for the plating.
And thank you.
This is a beautiful chicken sukha.
This looks absolutely delightful. I can't wait to taste it.
I will serve you one piece of this. You can taste and let me know how this is. Little bit of masala.
So, what's the best accompaniment that you suggest for our viewers that will go best with this?
With the chicken sukha, neer dosa is one of the best accompaniments. Otherwise, you can have it with rice or dal or something like that. Today, for you to try it, we will have neer dosa.
Okay.
So that you can taste and tell me how the combination
I'm still
is.
going to go ahead with just
Please go
this
ahead
first.
with it.
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು. Thank you.
Thank you.
So our next dish out here is one of Mangalore's most famous dishes, the prawn pickles. This is also the signature dish of the company. And we have Chaitra who will introduce us to the ingredients of this particular dish.
Okay. So right now we have some good solid prawns to start off with. We also have gaki chilies that are soaked in water. So what this does is it adds a good rich color to the dish. Okay. In addition to that, we also have the dry ingredients, coriander seeds and jeera, which should be slightly dry roasted before adding it to the brown masala.
Okay.
We also have some cashew nuts to add for flavor. We have some lemon and rock salt as well as ghee to top it
Of
off.
course, yeah. Okay. All right.
So we start cooking the prawn noodles. We put it on medium flame. First we add the ghee.
So of course we use a lot of ghee.
Lot of ghee in this recipe. Next we add the brown masala. To make sure that the masala is roasted for an hour, that the raw vegetables come out. You can also add a little water if you feel that it's too dry. You can still roast it a bit more. So I think we can add the prawns now.
These are cleaned and ingredients.
Yeah, these are cleaned and deep. You can actually decide whether to keep the tail on or not. We tend to keep the tail on that it adds to the dish. But if you prefer to remove the tail, I think that's
Okay. And of course we have to make chicken meal also because it's the same recipe. But
Same.
add chicken at this point of time as well, right?
Yeah. So when you're cooking it, you have to ensure that the prawns are not boiled. So the water will retain the prawns. And you get a good crunchy flavor. Otherwise, what tends to happen is the water from the prawns comes out and
It's probably some very good information for our viewers as well.
so when you do roast it, keep the slightly medium to high flame so that the water is really
Got it. Probably just a quick minute of high flame
done, you can also top it off with a little more ghee. It has that good rich flavor in the end. Yeah, I think
Well done. It smells so good. Thank you. I'm so glad I took the day off from work today. This is so worth it. It smells divine. You have no idea, but this smells absolutely divine. Thank you.
Thank you.
so I think we can dig in.
Juicy. Just
What do you think?
extremely juicy and extremely yummy. Thank you. The third dish we have today is Konkan's version of the Surmai green masala curry. They use some special ingredients. You'll get to see what those special ingredients are, which I don't think any of the Mangalorean ladies have used in their green masalas. But of course, we have Mr. Narsimha, the head chef, making that for us.
So for this recipe, we take some oil in a pan. First you add some onions to fry. After that you add some pepper, some dhania and jeera. We also have some dry spices here. After that we add some greens, that's palak, mint and coriander. Make sure these are washed properly first. Next we add some garlic and ginger, as well as some cashew nuts. We also add some green chilies. Once we're done with that, we can also fry some coconut, salt to taste, as well as tamarind juice. So once these ingredients are fried, we're going to grind this to a fine paste. So we can start making the recipe now for the green masala curry. First we add some oil into the karai. Once it's slightly warm, we can add some chopped garlic and some finely chopped onions. Once you see that it's slightly brown, you can add in some curry leaves. Now you can add in some chopped tomatoes. You just have to fry it until the tomatoes are a little cooked. Now we can add in our ground masala. We'll also just add in some water. You can also add in some salt to taste. Here we're using rock salt. We'll just let this boil for about 2 to 5 minutes. Now that you see that the gravy is boiled, we can start adding the fish. So here we're using surmai. So surmai you can cook for only about 2 minutes.
It's a fast cooking fish.
Yeah, so compared to pomfret or bangre, surmai tends to cook faster. So about 2 minutes should be good enough on a high flame.
know the secret of the green curry? Let's try it.
Yeah.
Really looks thick. Looks good. Thank you. It's very different and very nice as usual, Mr. Narasimha. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With all the food we've eaten, now it's time for us to get something to drink. And we have the master himself who wants to show us how they make the famous soul curry
Yes,
at the Konkan.
it's a nice digestive drink. To make the soul curry, one of the most important ingredients will be the coconut, which has been soaked for a couple of hours to get the flavor out of it. The other ingredients would include ginger, green chili, cumin, a little bit of salt to adjust the taste, and coconut. So we will get all these ingredients together in a jar, blend it, and then our soul curry would be ready. We use only the water of this. Once this is all ready, we will blend this. To this mix, we will just add a little bit of water for the grinding bit of it. And get it all together in a blender. We will now just strain this. I'll just use the back of a spoon to get all the flavor out of this. We will add all this to a nice shaker. Add a little bit of coconut to it. And give this a nice shake. The soul curry is ready. Why don't you come and try this?
Thank you, Neil. This is actually the first time I'm having this. I can taste the ginger,
Yes.
the chili, which is quite mild and really nice, but extremely refreshing.